So I'm going to try to take apart this pickup and see. This is the pickup. There's a little screw on each side of this cap, so I'm hoping it comes right off. These are riveted on there. So kind of don't like that because it scratches the inside of the guitar, even though you don't see that. It's still a piece of like craftsmanship, you know. No point in gouging it up unnecessarily. Little screwdriver, little screw. Man, man, that's a little one. Look at that thing. Can you see that? The screw. There you go. Yes, my cousin talks like that too. Well, it's not coming up right away. What needs? Oh, there it goes. Easy, easy. Easy does it, will ya? All right. Ooh, it's very magnetic. See? Ooh, super magnetic. All right, this is like a interesting. Is that just cardboard? Or does it actually have metal in it? Well, I mean, it has metal to make the look, but well, here's the pickup itself. It's wrapped with tape. I'm wondering if potting it very lightly in wax would help. See this side? There's a wire. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I did that, I don't know. Without spilling or knocking anything over. Nah, I'm not gonna be able. Maybe. Let's move this in a little closer. Right, right here. Well, you can't see that. The angle's all wrong. How about now? Right here, there's a weld under the pickup, which is actually making the pickup stick up much higher on the high string end, which is actually where it's hitting. But it's hitting this case. It's not hitting the. It's not hitting the. Yes, this is a metal case. It's part of the sound of the pickup. I kind of don't want to pot it, but I don't like how microphonic it is either. And I'm getting some microphonics from the inside. Let me move this back over out of the way here. No let, just do. Notice that, how that slid into our language. Allow me to, please let me, would you let me? Like you have to ask permission for everything. No, you don't. No, you don't. This felt like it was microphonic too, but I don't know if it was just carrying over into that. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up as well and see what nonsense. Maybe I have to pot the electronics. Oh, that's a longer screw. See that one? That one is a little longer and it's pointed. Well, it's still tiny. Need a little screwdriver for that one. That's just says volume and tone. That's like wired to a circuit card. Pretty structural, actually. Yeah, there's nothing in there that would really vibrate. And you can't pot the pots, the potentiometer. What kind of word potentiometer? It has potential, so we'll call it a potentiometer. Sounds important. Or a rheostat, right? With a RH. It's like, oh, beluga. Why don't you just call it knob? Electrical knob. Oh, see, that's just spinning in there. That's not good. There's one, two, at two. Nope. That one's snugged, but it would spin if I kept trying to turn it. That's all right. That's structural. This is pretty structural too. That's not going to fail because it's on that card. I mean, not fail easily anyway. I mean, well, I mean, apologetic talk, right? Yeah, it's glued. Oh no, it's not glued. It's magnetic, and here it is. So there it is. It's wrapped with tape. I'm wondering. I'm just gonna go ahead on this light up where it helps. I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap that tape very gingerly. Very gingerly. There's the wire. It looks like it is potted. Nah, you know what that is? That's paste from the tape. I'm just going to pull this tape tightly without breaking it because it's supposed to be tight. I mean, really, really. There's another word, right? Reali. Yeah, see, this is why it's sticking up on this thing because this wire is welded to it. It is what it is. Make sure these two leads aren't touching. They're not. All right. So this is only decorative, but technically it's not because it's copper colored paint. So it probably, even though it's not magnetic, is copper magnetic? Woo. No. Ferrous, non-ferrous metal. Who makes up this stuff? Yeah, there's a notch on both sides for a wire to come out. Maybe they make some other kind of pickups, this company. There is no name on it, which is kind of cool. I like it when there's no brands, no labels, no lies. All right. And little screw. Back you go. Back you go. Back where you once belonged. And put the screw in the screwdriver first. And can you hear that harassment in the background? It's mind control harassment. They were turning my refrigerator on and off as soon as I opened my eyes. You know, they turn my refrigerator on and off. They turn the spotlight on outside. And the interesting thing is I turned off my breaker to my apartment and it actually controlled the spotlight outside. It seems like it went off when I turned the power off, which is notable. Somebody told me to do that. I might be surprised. And yes, this jabber going blah, 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 blah. It's not TV. It's mind control abuse. It's somebody torturing me. Well, willing to give this another go. How can I get it to sit lower? You can see I bent this one up and then I bent that also in the same direction. But then it's kind of not really where it comes up here like that. It should go up a little higher and bend over. But how can I do that? I don't know. I don't think I can. Yeah, here's where the string was hitting. I can see the scratch there. But it shouldn't be feeding back so much, but it is awfully close. It's probably. I mean, now that I've looked at it, I could just dunk it in the pot like this and pot it for like maybe like a minute and a half, maybe, and then take it out and be like, put it on a paper towel and let it wring out and leave the cover on it and everything when I pot it so that it, only takes down some of the resinations. But then again, I don't want all that wax inside the cover and everything. I kind of don't want to pot it, but I'm going to give it another try. But man, is it clunky and squealy. And this part makes an awful lot of noise. Maybe I'll put some double-sided tape on there and stick it to the side of the guitar. That would take out which, I wouldn't want to do if it was, like a lacquer or a shellac finish, but because it's that bowling ball finish, urethane or polyester, like almost indestructible finish. Bicycle. I can't tip it too much because then it will spill. All right, so there it is. That's what's in there, and I did absolutely nothing to solve it. I could untape the whole thing and then just drip hot wax on it, but see, this is actually being metal. This is actually part of the pickup itself because it's metal and it's magnetic, so it's like a part of the pickup. If I removed that, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. But it would also do a lot to change the sound of it, which is obviously not happening very good. It's not happening very good right now. Yeah, I'm wondering without remachining this, without bending it all the way up and then bending it over, how can I get this? And this side is fine. It doesn't hit on the low string. And I honestly, I have fairly high action. The action is not low. It is not low. So that is not an issue. See, even bending this up really doesn't change the height very much because, the knuckle where it sits against the hole is still down low. I don't want to mess it up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't like it up. Now I'm fine. Well, I don't want to mess this piece of foam up because that keeps the guitar from getting scratched. Barely, actually. I know I should be using a flat screwdriver to get under there. take this screw out of my way. It actually is screwed into the metal. That's kind of cool. Perfect fit. Whoa. So now what have I? I'll show you what I have. Toothless pliers. They're perfectly smooth inside, which is a good thing to have. Ooh, this is a risky business here. Wait a minute. Wow, this is a really hard piece of metal. It's like reali. Where does this word come from? It is genuinely a hard piece of metal. It's not like cooperatively willing to bend very easily. I don't want to mangle it. I definitely do not want to mangle it. So I bent it up. It's softening the metal too. That's not good. Softening the metal is not good. All right, now, because if it breaks, then I'm going to be like, what? Which it might just do that, right? See, how can I bend it down now without bending the rest of this piece of junk? I think I just made it wider. Now it's going to be like more difficult to fit in there. Oops. Screw first. My neighbors are harassing me, storming around and jumping and pouncing, doing psychic witchcraft. It's really upsetting. And it's not just psychic. They turn my lights on and off. They turn my refrigerator on and off. I mean, if it happened 40 times or 1,000 times, I'd say, it's possibly just a random coincidence. But it's happened many, 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 many times. Every time I open my eyes or I walk near my refrigerator, it turns on and off almost just about every time, which is, pretty odd. It's pretty odd, wouldn't you say? Was this one like around the screw? I think it was. And that's how I'm going to put it back. So really, I did absolutely nil. I did nothing. No, it wasn't around that screw. Just put it up out of the way. I don't remember how it was. I don't remember it hanging way out there, though. Guess it was. Oh, it could have. It could have been wrapped around that. I could still do that. That's good thinking. Good thinking. All right. Now, there you go. Yeah, I think that's how it was. It's a shame, man, because I'm really wanting to. I mean, unless I were to swap it around and put that on the base end, because it doesn't really matter. But no, I shouldn't have to do that. Hold on a minute. Hold on, there it is, apologetic, right? And I gotta close my blinds because sometimes I close my windows even though I need fresh air because my neighbors harass me from outside of my window. And they've sent the police to my door several times because I tell them, get away from my window and stop hollering at my window. they let their dog off the leash and then they use it as an excuse to holler into my window. Some of them don't say anything. They just predator. They just predator out there. It's really gross. So, well, it's spiritual warfare, they call it, right? I don't call it that. I call it stupid. Tip, tip up, tip up, tip up, tip up. Oh, is there a chip there? Oh, no, that's tape. There's my other pickup. That one actually doesn't sound too bad. I mean, it doesn't sound like a pickup. It sounds more like a steel drum because of where it is. It's not in the guitar. All right, so this lever has to go all the way back. Well, you know something. It does feel. See, I can feel that scraping into the wood. Nope. See, it's flopping all over like a fish. Gotta bend it this way. Well, that'll fix its wagging. Hopefully. I don't want to scrape too much into the wood. And it is scraping and scratching. Now, what I wanted to see was is it hitting? Devil's tritone. Ah, it sounds scary. What there is something to that, If it's not resolved, it's not resolved. Sounds resolved, right? But if I went, it sounds unresolved, which is kind of devilish, right? So. But what is a good use of that music is in the first. I don't like movies. I don't like movies at all. They're disgusting. But the music from Back to the Future. They resolve it, which is like really cool. How does that music go? So it's like heavy metal music, Right, so they go boom, beep, beep, boo doo 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 doo. Boo dee doo. Let's see. Boom, beep, beep. Boo dee. Boo dee. Boo dee. Boo dee doo. I don't know exactly how it goes, but yeah, I thought it was. Well, I could figure it out. I don't want to. So now it's not hitting. noisy and it's loud, and the neighbors are not nice people. I mean, even though they're clearly harassing me and they're clearly not sleeping, but they're clearly abusing me, they'll use it as an excuse to, you know, accuse me falsely of harassing them. So I can't plug it in. It's depressing because sometimes at so-called night or in the so-called morning, which by the way, the clocks are wrong and the lights in the sky are wrong. I think most people know that at this point, or many people know it, or most people know it. That's when I feel the most inspired to play music, but I can't. So kind of discouraging. Yeah, it takes a lot of sound away from the sound hole. Glue on my pants right there. From sitting right here at this desk. I accidentally found this the other day. Was doing the D chord, right? See, I tune like that rather than. See how it's a little flat? It just sounds better. And I tune the last one to the flat one. So my last two strings are. Gives room to push it without sounding like it's sharp, you know? What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Accidentally I found this was I misplaced my finger. I moved it down, which I already did that. But I never did it with the whole D chord. I always like this right here. See, you're never taking that, right? See, up here is nice. It's warm, but not good in balance when hitting the low strings. The high strings become too dull. So if I move down here, or I could go, let's see. everybody coming out of their holes to go, oh, his door is open and he's got the guitar. Ooh, ooh. Where I'm from, you could play a double bass drum next to my head as long as it sounds good, you know, I'll go to sleep. I don't even like double bass drum. It's obnoxious. Yeah, it takes a lot away from the sound hole. See, I want to get up closer there, because down here, it's not the note itself. Sounds fine, but when I do the pluck, it sounds very thin. But if I do the pluck up here, it's a little more low mid-range there. Hear that? On the pluck part, on the you know, it's more. It's a little. It's same note, but actually, no. It actually goes a little bit flatter, and it sounds more. Maybe that's why it sounds more harmonically rich. You know, like a distortion driver. Because down, you know, down up here, this string only moves like that, but over here the string moves like that, so it goes flatter when I pull harder. Up here it can't really pull because I can't get under it. I could with my nail, but that's annoying. So I like to play up here for. And what I see to make the string sound fatter, put this finger up against this second string, so I'm only raking it. I'm not fretting it. I'm just fretting this one and bumping into that one, and then immediately because it does have a resonation, ping, is immediately gone because I push it away by doing that, right? See? Now my note sounds like broom, sounds super fat, instead of going yeah, I could do 3 strings. Could do that too. Sometimes I'll do that, like when I'm hitting this note, I'll do the octave like this, but I don't play the octave. I just do. Yeah, you can hear those harmonics there, right? Picking right there, right underneath, and kind of. Yeah, I'm pinch harmonicking off the palm of my hand. That's what's happening. Now I'm trying to get it. That's why they call them accidentals, right? They being anybody who calls it that, right? See, I'm just dragging that finger along and. Yeah, I was trying to get that to do the pinch harmonic with the palm of my hand, but there it goes. It's a stumble, right? That's a stumble because I was like, whoops, I missed, and then double hit it, right? So. Which is